don't think you saw me, but.
Hey guys, welcome to my video today, and we are going to be going over why executives have really moved away from webhooks and mainly focused on API calls. Now, I know you've heard of API calls and you probably even use them a lot, but so many people don't understand how much power API calls actually have nowadays. Almost every single app you use for integration has an API code that you can use for integration that is 10 times better than webhooks. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. I'm going to be creating a workflow using a custom coded action in HubSpot to demonstrate how we can have a one action workflow that calls on two different integrations. And in fact, you can do more, but I'm just going to be showing an integration between ChatGPT and HubSpot, and even having the HubSpot API get called during the custom coded action, just to show you how powerful it really is and how you can start leveling up your workflows using API calls. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So to get started, I created a contact workflow. API and custom coded actions are not limited to contact workflows, but that's just what I'm using to demonstrate what I'm wanting to do. So the first thing you're going to do is go to data ops right here and hit custom code action. So I already have numerous API keys in here, multiple of them, but today I'm going to be using our company's API key and the GPT API key. Now again, before I get into this, don't get me wrong, webhooks definitely still have their place, but the thing is that you often need two steps for that. You need a webhook for in data and for out data, and it just kind of gets messy. Obviously, you can make them good, but API calls are just a ton simpler, and like I said, you can do it all in one action, which is what we're going to do today right now. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to be producing a workflow that will take in a message from a contact and then produce a ChatGPT automated response and export that to a property value we can then send. I'm going to be coding the whole thing off screen for a second, that way I don't take up the whole video doing that, but I will go through and explain each step to you guys. Alright, so what I went ahead and did here is, by the way, if you're not too familiar with coding, ChatGPT is also just really helpful for producing the code, which a lot of us already know, but you just ask it to produce a HubSpot custom coded action, provide it information it needs, and it can help you do this. I mean, it just did this for me in like 2 seconds because I didn't want to have to code this myself right now, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you guys step by step. So to start, my input is my message. So I have my messaging platform update a property value that will contain the actual message content. That way then I can use this ChatGPT. So it's going to go ahead and take in the user's message, and then it will call on the API key. This one, instead of calling on an assistant I already created, we are creating technically a new assistant. So it's just basically setting it as content, your helpful assistant, nothing crazy. But you can, which I've done before, make your actual own assistants in the OpenAI platform. And then overall what it will do is it will save the response to an output for us so we can use it afterward, which then we can go ahead and send through Alloware, which is what we use, immediately afterward, which I'll go and just demonstrate right now. Okay, so now that we're in the Alloware message section, you go ahead and click up here and then scroll down to Action Outputs, and you use Assistant Message. So now it will send the contact exactly what was produced from the OpenAI platform. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. I'm going to turn this on and then test it for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start the conversation with my Alloware account and just go ahead and send myself, quote unquote, hello. And then I will respond and get enrolled in the workflow. Okay, so as you guys can see, I responded through my phone. Hi, what do you want? Who are you? Kind of just going to see what the assistant says. And then I'm going to go ahead and enroll myself into the workflow and see what it produces back. Okay, I just enrolled myself in the workflow, and I'm going to go ahead and wait in Alloware until it sends a message. Okay, as you guys can see, it responded. It said, hello, how can I assist you today? So what I'm going to do next is reduce this to just one action where we don't even need input values. We don't need output values. It will literally do it all in one action. Just to show you the power of it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is update this custom coded action to 1, pull the most recent message received, 2, produce it using the ChatGPT API key, and then 3, send the message from Alloware from our local line to the contact through the custom coded action. So I'm going to go ahead and update the coded action now and then demonstrate to you guys after. Okay, so now in this custom coded action, I go ahead and call on 3 different API keys that are in the secret name, and I send a message from the workflow itself, the custom coded action itself. I'm going to test this by enrolling my contact in just a moment. So I'm going to delete this action, and then I'm going to enroll myself. Okay, so the one thing to note is that since I did not send a new message, it's going to still be my old message, the hello, who is this, what is this, message. So let's go ahead and see how it responded. Okay, so for context, before this, I had tested it out, but you can see it says from API, hi there, how can I help you today? So it produced a new message again. And so the biggest thing is now we had 3 different integrations that would have taken up more space in one workflow by simply calling on the HubSpot API key. You can use the HubSpot API key to call on inputs. You can use it to update automatically inside of your system. You don't have to add a save to XYZ property value. You can call on your messaging platform and have it send a message for you. You can have it call on ChatGPT and produce a message for you, so you don't have to have a bunch of random messages or don't have to have your support workers work as much. But basically, there's just an infinite amount of things you can do with this. It allowed me to see whenever people brought an issue to me that was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is possible, that pretty much everything is possible. So stop letting webhooks hold you back and start using API to be able to do the impossible. This is why executives are really moving away from webhooks and going to API calls, because it's just so much more powerful and there is so much more you can do with them. You get cleaner logic, fewer moving parts, and you just overall get a way more powerful impact on your CRM. So today we built a 1-action workflow that called on HubSpot, Alaware, and ChatGPT all in one place, just one step and one workflow. If you want to see the code snippets or further step-by-step instructions on this, please comment down below. I will go through them and answer them for you guys. And like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to know more. Thanks, guys.